From a man jumping into a shark-infested water in the middle of the night, to a scuba diver recording his leg get big, in today's episode we put together the most brutal shark attacks we've covered. Welcome to Wildlife Whispers, the channel that brings you the most jaw-dropping and unbelievable animal attacks and accidents from around the world. We post videos 3 to 4 times a week, explaining these encounters. If you enjoy these types of videos, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the post notification bell for more. We appreciate all your support. Now, let's get started. Welcome to the most brutal shark attacks ever. This is Wildlife Whispers.
Close your eyes and picture the vibrant colors of a tropical reef, teeming with life. Feel the gentle caress of the ocean's current against your skin as you descend into its depths. This was the world that Simon Nellist reveled in, a realm that awakened his soul. As a scuba diving instructor, he spent countless hours exploring coral gardens, dancing with majestic marine creatures, and marveling at the wonders hidden beneath the surface. His passion for the ocean was an ever-burning flame radiating through his infectious smile and twinkling eyes. But fate can be a cruel mistress, and Simon's oceanic paradise morphed into a heart-pounding nightmare. It was a sunny day off the coast of Sydney, near the tranquil shores of Little Bay Beach. The crystal-clear waters beckoned Simon, drawing him into their embrace. Little did he know that lurking beneath the waves, an apex predator awaited, an ancient force of nature, the great white shark. As Simon descended into the depths, his heart filled with a sense of exhilaration. Rays of sunlight pierced the water, illuminating the coral formations like a kaleidoscope of colors. Schools of fish swam in synchronized harmony, casting fleeting shadows across the ocean floor. Simon's eyes were alight with wonder, captivated by the ethereal beauty that surrounded him. But in the blink of an eye, the tranquil scene shattered. A monstrous silhouette emerged from the blue abyss, its massive form cutting through the water with terrifying precision. It was the great white shark, a majestic predator with razor-sharp teeth and an unquenchable hunger. Time seemed to slow as Simon's instincts kicked in, his adrenaline surging through his veins. The shark circled him, its cold, unblinking eyes fixated on its potential prey. Simon's mind raced, searching for an escape route. Every beat of his heart reverberated through his chest, a primal drumming of survival. He tried to remain calm, to maintain his composure in the face of this primal terror. But the unfathomable power of the shark was undeniable, and a primal instinct of self-preservation took hold. In a desperate bid to evade the predator's jaws, Simon fought against the current, his body twisting and turning with fluid grace. He could feel the rush of water as the shark closed in, its deadly teeth inches away from his trembling limbs. Fear and determination mingled within him as he summoned every ounce of strength and willpower to outmaneuver the relentless beast. But alas, the relentless jaws of fate clamped shut, sealing Simon's tragic fate. The water turned crimson as the shark's razor-sharp teeth tore through his flesh. A chilling reminder of the fragile balance between humanity and the untamed wild. Simon Nellist's untimely demise cast a pall of sorrow over the oceanic community. His vibrant spirit and passion for the underwater world had left an indelible mark on all who knew him. The tragedy served as a poignant reminder of the inherent dangers that come with exploring nature's wonders, a testament to the fragile dance between humans and the wild. In the wake of Simon's passing, his fellow divers and friends banded together to honor his memory. They established a foundation dedicated to marine conservation and awareness, striving to protect the delicate ecosystems that Simon had cherished. Through education and advocacy, they aimed to prevent future tragedies, while promoting a deeper understanding of the ocean's magnificent inhabitants. Simon Nellist's story serves as a somber reminder of the risks and rewards that accompany our pursuit of the unknown. It calls upon us to approach nature with reverence, to embrace its wonders while acknowledging the primal forces that reside within. Join us in our next episode, as we continue to unveil the hidden stories of wildlife, exploring the delicate tapestry of life on our planet. Until then, let Simon's legacy inspire us to cherish the beauty of the natural world, and to honor those who have fallen victim to its untamed majesty. Remember, my daring viewers, the true marvels of the natural world await those who are unafraid to venture into the unknown. Picture yourself on one of the most breathtaking beaches you can imagine. Local tourists are surfing, swimming, laughing. Children are joyfully playing, and families are immersed in relaxation and togetherness. This was the idyllic scene that Vladimir Popov and his family were experiencing on a beach in Egypt's Red Sea resort of Hurghada, until tragedy struck. Vladimir Popov, a 23-year-old Russian, was born in the subarctic city of Archangel. He later moved to Moscow with his father and spent most of his life there. Several months prior to the incident, they made the fateful decision to relocate to Egypt, seeking refuge from the ongoing Russian-Ukrainian war. The exact location of their stay remains unclear, as some reports indicate the family purchased a property in the British resort of Hurghada, while others suggest they were staying at the 4-star Elysee Dream Beach Hotel. Vladimir was a successful young man, working remotely as an IT specialist, and his friends revealed his passion for music, as he enjoyed recording songs as a hobby. On June 8, 2023, Yuri Popov and his son Vladimir set out to spend a day at a beach near the Dream Beach Hotel in the Egyptian Red Sea resort of Hurghada. The beach was alive with activity, as locals and tourists enjoyed the warm waters and sunny weather. While Vladimir's girlfriend joined them, the family laughed, talked, and savored their time together on the sandy shores. Amidst the bustling scene, Vladimir decided to take a refreshing swim to escape the scorching sun, while his father remained on the sand, keeping an eye on their belongings and relishing the relaxation. The beach was filled with joyous sounds. As slides splashed into the water, children's laughter filled the air, surfers rode the waves, and upbeat music created a vibrant atmosphere. The Red Sea Resort was well known for its captivating beauty, attracting visitors from around the world with its nightlife and pleasant temperatures throughout the year. The stunning beach and the mesmerizing sea were its main allure, providing a sense of security as a vigilant lifeguard watched over the water, making accidents a rare occurrence. While Vladimir was enjoying his swim, a sudden commotion and piercing screams filled the air. Startled, he turned his head to witness other swimmers hurriedly making their way to the shore, driven by a sense of urgency. Confusion overcame him as people on the sand shouted for him to get out, but the gravity of the situation eluded him. When he finally redirected his gaze towards the vast expanse of the ocean, his heart sank. There he beheld a chilling sight, an immense dark gray dorsal fin ominously encircling him, coming closer with each passing second. Despite his desperate attempt to reach the safety of the shore, fate conspired against him, leaving him as one of the few remaining figures in the treacherous waters. While others successfully escaped the clutches of danger, the shark set its sights on Vladimir, marking him as its hapless prey. As the shark closed in on Vladimir, it lunged forward, sinking its teeth into his body and mercilessly pulling him beneath the water's surface. The horrifying scene unfolded in the recorded footage, revealing his desperate struggle to stay afloat as his body was tossed and dragged by the relentless predator. His legs thrashed and kicked, causing splashes to erupt from the water, while a crimson hue tainted the once serene blue ocean, a chilling testament to his fight for survival. Momentarily, an eerie calm enveloped the scene as the water stilled, leaving onlookers speechless and unsure of how to react. Neither Vladimir nor the shark were visible, until suddenly he resurfaced, wounded and determined to swim back to the safety of the shore. Struggling against the unforgiving currents, he cried out for help, a plea that froze the hearts of all who heard it. "Papa, help, it hurts!" With every ounce of strength, he propelled himself forward, battling against the relentless force of the sea. However, after what seemed like an eternity for Vladimir, the shark emerged from the depths, closing in on him with terrifying aggression, a mere 5 feet away. In a final desperate plea, he cried out once more, "Papa, help me!" And in that fateful moment, the massive jaws of the shark gaped open, seizing him by the torso and dragging him down into the watery abyss. The sea erupted in a frenzy of churning waves and violent splashes as the shark's powerful body thrashed and rolled, tearing and rending Vladimir's body into pieces. Now completely obscured from view, Vladimir was cruelly snatched away, forever consigned to the depths, never to be seen alive again. The moment the attack commenced, a vigilant lifeguard sprang into action. Swiftly leaping onto a speedboat, he ignited the engine and raced towards the scene with utmost urgency. However, despite his valiant efforts, the lifeguard's arrival was tragically timed, mere seconds after Vladimir's body had been mercilessly pulled beneath the surface, vanishing from sight. The witnesses replayed the harrowing incident in their minds, plagued by the haunting wish that they could have intervened somehow, offering assistance in that fleeting moment. The entire assault unfolded within a matter of seconds, leaving everyone with the bitter realization that there was truly nothing anyone could have done to alter the heart-wrenching outcome. Due to YouTube regulations, I am unable to share the video. However, I have the audio recording of the incident available. Viewer discretion is advised for those who choose to listen.
What is this? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
The experience of witnessing his son's harrowing demise must have inflicted unimaginable trauma upon Vladimir's father, Yuri. Helplessly observing his beloved son battling for his life in the vast expanse of the ocean, confronted by a predator as formidable as a shark, Yuri would have keenly felt the crushing weight of his powerlessness. The anguish he endured, hearing his son's desperate pleas for assistance while grappling with the awareness that he was utterly unable to intervene, undoubtedly shattered his heart. The depth of Yuri's sorrow can only be comprehended as an overwhelming and heart-rending tragedy. Prior to the attack, Vladimir's girlfriend had been present in the water. According to witnesses, he urged her to exit the water, thereby preventing her from encountering the same devastating destiny that awaited him. An unidentified Russian woman, visibly devastated and overwhelmed with grief, was observed screaming and weeping on the shore, finding solace in the consoling presence of others. The grisly nature of the scene left a lasting impression on those present, leaving them haunted by the disturbing images that unfolded before their eyes. Following the attack, the shark remained in the vicinity, in plain view of both locals and tourists. Authorities swiftly initiated a search operation, successfully locating the shark. Employing a strategic approach, boats encircled the shark, deploying large nets both ahead and behind the creature, eventually entangling it in its own struggle and rendering it capturable. With the shark captured, it was then hauled onto the shore, where it lay in a helpless state. However, a tragic turn of events unfolded as a crowd of onlookers resorted to a brutal act of violence, using metal bars to mercilessly beat the shark until its demise. Another grim and unforgiving death, marking the end of the shark's life. It had been a tragic end for both man and beast. Authorities announced their plans to conduct a post-mortem examination and launch a thorough investigation to ascertain the underlying causes of the attack. It is widely recognized that shark attacks on humans can stem from various factors. Mistaken identity is one such factor, as humans may bear resemblance to the natural prey of specific shark species. Additionally, sharks may exhibit curious behavior, investigating unfamiliar objects in their environment, including humans. Defensive behaviors, such as territorial defense or protecting offspring, can also trigger aggressive responses from sharks. However, it is crucial to acknowledge that most shark encounters with humans are non-fatal, and sharks typically retreat after an initial bite. The behavior exhibited by the shark in this particular incident was highly uncommon and rare. It is important to note that these resorts have traditionally been popular and regarded as safe destinations. However, over time, memories of such events tend to fade, and people gradually return and forget it happened. Sadly, it may take another incident to remind individuals of the potential risks associated with oceanic encounters.
This kid fucking jumped off! Oh my fucking god! Oh! Oh, bye-bye! Oh shit! That shit! Hey, the buoy! Yo, this kid's fucking gone, bro!
Welcome to the story of Cameron Robbins. This is Wildlife Whispers. Cameron Robbins was an 18-year-old standout baseball player who recently graduated from a high school in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Known for his athleticism and kind-hearted nature, he was loved by many within his community. Cameron had just completed his studies at the University Laboratory School, and his future was full of promise. Seeking adventure and celebration, Cameron decided to take a trip to the Bahamas with his friends. On that fateful day, Cameron and his friends found themselves aboard the Blackbeard's Revenge, a pirate ship-style vessel, reveling in the joys of youth. The sun sparkled on the crystal-clear Bahamian waters, painting a picture-perfect scene. His friends said, "We were all having a great time, enjoying the beautiful weather and the freedom of being young." It was a memorable moment, one we will never forget. However, as the sun dipped below the horizon, an ill-fated decision was made. Influenced by youthful exuberance and perhaps a bit of liquid courage, Cameron was dared to jump into the water. It is important to note that the drinking age in the Bahamas is only 18, and from what we understand, Cameron and his friends may have consumed a lot of alcohol before the incident occurred. While we cannot confirm his state of intoxication, this factor adds complexity to the circumstances surrounding his disappearance. It is said by people who were there that his friends dared him to jump in the water, thinking he wouldn't do it. The camera rolled, capturing the moment that would send shockwaves through the internet and leave us with more questions than answers. Before we continue with the story, I would like to say there is no need to prove anything to anyone. Cameron most likely lost his life on this day, and it was all to prove to his friends that he was manly enough to do something very ignorant. I give my condolences and continue to pray for the family of Cameron. I cannot begin to imagine the pain they must be feeling at the moment. Okay, let's continue.
This kid fucking jumped off! Oh my fucking god! Oh, bye-bye! Oh shit! That's it! Hey, grab the buoy! Hey, the buoy! Yo, this kid's fucking off, bro!
As Cameron leaped into the darkness, the line between thrill and tragedy blurred. The events that followed were captured on a very low-quality cell phone video, which would become a haunting reminder of the enigma surrounding his fate. As the camera panned left, a mysterious shadow appeared in the water, triggering speculation and chilling theories. Some viewers claimed it was a shark, a predator lurking in the depths, ready to strike. Viewers also say that because he didn't swim to the buoy, there was a shark attacking him.
Oh, bye-bye! Oh shit! That's it! Hey, grab the buoy! Hey, the buoy!
While some viewers think this is not true, they do believe there was a shark or multiple sharks in the water, but they believe that he couldn't see a lot from the angle he was in, due to the pitch-black dark ocean, and the night sky. Others believe that he was bitten in the video, and that is why people were saying, "Oh my god." Marine experts also pitched in their thoughts and said, while shark encounters can occur in these waters, we must be cautious not to jump to conclusions based solely on limited footage. It is essential to consider other possibilities and gather more evidence before making definitive claims. The mere mention of a shark attack terrified Cameron's family and friends. The fear, coupled with the desperate hope for Cameron's safe return, led to an extensive search and rescue operation. Truth be told, we may never really know for sure what exactly happened. But after watching the video closely, I personally believe that Cameron had been drinking before he jumped. He wanted to prove that he wasn't scared and show off his confidence. When he landed in the water, he seemed off balance and struggled to stay afloat. That's why he was looking around and splashing frantically. While it's possible that there was a shark nearby, I don't think it attacked him immediately. It's hard to believe that no one would have shouted, "Shark," if he was in immediate danger. The fact that Cameron was swimming in a different direction than the boat suggests that he might have seen the shark or was confused and didn't know what to do because he was shocked from the jump. The darkness in the video was probably because of the natural surroundings, not because he was being dragged underwater by a shark. Unfortunately, I think Cameron tragically lost his life to sharks, but it likely happened after the video ended and he was reported missing. Others may disagree with this perspective, and that's okay. This is my opinion based on what I saw. The United States Coast Guard and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force rallied together, scouring the vast expanse of ocean in a race against time. Days continued to pass as the search stayed relentless. It is reported that the search for Cameron has been suspended. Authorities said, despite our best efforts, no trace of Cameron Robbins has been found. We have made the difficult decision to suspend the search. Our thoughts and prayers go out to Cameron's family and friends during this challenging time. It has been weeks since Cameron's disappearance, and the mystery remains unsolved. The pain of not knowing weighs heavily on those who loved him, leaving a void that can never be filled. To Cameron's family and friends, we extend our deepest condolences. Your loss is immeasurable, and we hope that one day, even though the truth will most likely never be revealed, you find some type of closure to this haunting chapter. The family of Cameron has put out a GoFundMe for the tragic incident. If you felt moved by this story, I welcome you to donate to the GoFundMe with the link in the description. The story of Cameron Robbins serves as a haunting reminder of the fragility of life and the consequences of impulsive actions. As we conclude this chapter, we reflect on the lessons learned and the importance of cherishing every moment. It is a tale that sparks conversations about the dangers of peer pressure, the consequences of risky behavior, and the need for responsible decision-making. Cameron's story resonates with countless individuals, prompting them to reflect on their own choices and the value of life. Our story takes us back to 1963, off the coast of South Australia. Rodney Fox, a 24-year-old spearfisherman, went on what seemed like an ordinary day at sea. He said goodbye to his pregnant wife, Kay, and set off for a spearfishing competition. As Rodney swam towards a cluster of rocks, the sea appeared calm but slightly rough due to a strong wind. Equipped with only a face mask, a rubber wetsuit, and flippers, he prepared to dive into the depths. Ahead of me was a massive fish that would have won me the competition. It was a really big, strong fish. It was going to be an easy shot with the spear gun. As soon as Rodney was about to pull the trigger, he had a weird feeling come over him as if something wasn't right. Then suddenly, he felt an enormous impact on his left side. The force of the blow sent him flying through the water, face down and at an insane speed. In those first seconds, I didn't even think, shark, I was more aware of the incredible pressure on my back and chest. It felt like the insides of my left were being squeezed over to the other side of my body. Amidst the chaos, Rodney slowly realized the dangerous situation he was in. His face mask and spear gun were gone, and he found himself gripped in the jaws of a shark. The predator clamped down on his chest and back, while his left shoulder was lodged in its throat. I was going to die. I tried to reach my arms out behind me, searching for the shark's head, hoping that I would be able to gouge its eyes and force it to let go. Despite the intense pain and fear, Rodney gathered the strength to fight back. He managed to pry his right arm free from the shark's grip, enduring excruciating injuries in the process. Now I know that those 3-inch teeth are so razor-sharp, and those jaws are so strong, that they can puncture metal and grind through bones like a knife through butter. The battle continued underwater as Rodney fought with the shark, using every ounce of his energy to stay alive. The shark dragged him deep into the ocean, attempting to shake him off, while Rodney desperately held onto the predator, hoping to avoid its jaws. We went down so deep we scraped the rocks on the bottom of the ocean. It was obviously trying to get me off. As the shark was trying to shake Rodney off, he realized he needed air. He kicked off the shark and swam to the top of the water, gasping for air. Once he reached the top, he looked down to see where the shark was, and it was swimming through the blood-colored water, directly at him. For the first time, I was able to make out that grey famous-looking head, and realized that it was a great white shark. I knew that when it came for me this time, I would have no hope. I had no strength left to fight it. Once it came, a quick rush of fear and sadness buzzed through me. Thoughts of Kay, and our unborn baby, flashed through my mind as I prepared to die. Just as Rodney thought he was going to die, he gathered enough strength and kicked the shark on the nose. A miracle happened. The shark's attention shifted to a float attached to Rodney, mistaking it for prey and swallowing it whole. This diversion provided Rodney with a brief relief from the relentless attack. The shark swallowed the float, and then dived, taking me with it. Down and down we went, but I knew I could free myself. I just had to release the line with a quick release clip on my belt. As Rodney struggled to release himself from the shark's grip, he realized a terrifying truth. The clip on his belt had slipped to his back, and his weakened arms couldn't reach it. The shark continued to pull him through the water, and the fear of drowning gripped Rodney. The shark was pulling me really fast through the water, and I realized that after all I had done to stay alive, I was going to drown. Another miracle happened when the line connecting Rodney and the shark snapped under the strain. With one last rush of strength, he kicked his way to the surface, gasping for air. His fellow divers, who had witnessed the horror unfold, quickly rushed to his aid. Everything was a blur. There was a boat at my side. I saw other divers and managed to say, "Shark." Somebody said, "Hang on mate, it's over, hang on." Rodney's injuries were severe and extensive. His internal organs were exposed, and all his ribs on the left side were broken. His right hand and arm were slashed, leaving the bones exposed in several places. Part of the shark's tooth was embedded in his wrist, a permanent scar of the attack. The shark's assault had punctured his diaphragm, ripped open his lung, pierced his shoulder blade, and left his spleen exposed. Remarkably, his main artery from the heart remained intact, sparing him from further catastrophic damage. Despite sustaining life-threatening injuries, Rodney's sheer determination and the wetsuit holding his body together helped him survive. He underwent a grueling surgery, requiring 462 stitches to repair the extensive damage inflicted by the shark's attack. On top of that, he had to go through multiple other surgeries and endured months of rehabilitation. Slowly but surely, he began to regain his strength. Surprisingly, Rodney's terrifying encounter with the great white shark did not affect his passion for the ocean. Just 5 months after the attack, he faced his fears head-on, returning to diving in an effort to conquer his trauma. Since then, Rodney Fox has dedicated his life to understanding and protecting sharks. He became an expert on great white sharks, even designing and building the first underwater observation cage to study them up close. For over 40 years, he has led expeditions and advocated for their conservation. Sharks deserve protection. Their numbers are dropping, and they are needed to balance nature, killing diseased seals and fish. Rodney's story serves as a reminder of the importance of respecting and preserving our marine ecosystems. Thank you for joining us on this gripping journey through Rodney Fox's harrowing shark attack survival. It is a story of unimaginable fear, crazy determination, and an insane passion for the ocean's wonders. Ian and Gemma Redmond, a couple deeply in love, had recently celebrated their wedding surrounded by loved ones. They were excited to go on their much-anticipated honeymoon in the beautiful Seychelles, a tropical paradise known for its breathtaking beauty. Ian, a free-spirited adventurer, had always wanted to go on an unforgettable experience in the crystal-clear waters of the Indian Ocean. Having been together for many years, Ian and Gemma's love had become a deep and unbreakable bond. They saw their honeymoon as the perfect opportunity to celebrate their marriage and take a break from all the hard work they would face at home. They were eager to visit a gorgeous place where they could find peace and enjoy their vacation, side by side. The Seychelles, with its pristine white sand beaches, vibrant coral reefs, and lush green landscapes, offered a more than perfect option for their romantic getaway. It was a place where time seemed to stand still, where the stress and worries got lost in the beauty of nature, and where they could enjoy each other's company in peace. Excited to be there, Ian couldn't contain his joy and decided to go snorkeling in the beautiful turquoise water. He quickly put on his gear, eager to explore the breathtaking underwater world, filled with vibrant life. While Ian explored the ocean, Gemma stayed back and relaxed on the beach, enjoying the nice cool ocean breeze while lying on the sand. Suddenly, Gemma heard someone scream on the top of their lungs. Not knowing what to think, Gemma lifted her head to see what, or who, made that noise. As soon as Gemma looked towards the ocean, where the scream came from, her heart dropped. Gemma, now filled with adrenaline, got up and ran as fast as she could to the noise. With every step she took, her heart pounded until she reached the water's edge. Once she reached the water, Gemma was left in horror with a clearer image of what was making that horrifying noise. In the ocean, she saw Ian, trapped in the jaws of a shark. Fueled with her love for Ian, Gemma doesn't waste a second, and began to desperately cry out for help, hoping to get the attention of someone who could assist. Luckily, a French surgeon happened to be vacationing nearby. He heard all the commotion and rushed to their aid, seeing what could be done to help. Together, Gemma and the surgeon jumped into the ocean, battled the currents, and pushed through the waters with their hearts pounding in their chests. Once they reached a point where they could see Ian, they realized he was still locked in the jaws of the shark. Unable to intervene directly, they called for immediate assistance, and a small boat quickly arrived to rescue Ian. Once the body was brought back to the shore, they realized how gruesome the attack really was. The sound Gemma heard was Ian's agonizing scream, as he experienced the excruciating pain of the shark, tearing away parts of his body. The shark that Ian was battling tore off one of his arms and legs, then continued to inflict repeated bites on his body. Surprisingly, Ian was still alive, supported by the surgeon and compassionate strangers who had gathered around to see what was happening. Despite their desperate efforts, it became clear that the injuries were too severe, causing Ian to bleed to death in front of Gemma's eyes. News of the tragic incident got to local authorities and the media relatively quickly. Authorities acted immediately, launching an intense search for the shark responsible for the attack. They aimed to ensure the safety of both locals and visitors, closing the beach temporarily until the threat was neutralized. Gemma, shattered by the loss of her beloved Ian, found comfort in the amount of support coming from the local community. Despite her grief, she remained determined to honor Ian's memory. In the days that followed, a funeral was held, where family, friends, loved ones and locals gathered to bid farewell to a man whose spirit had touched their lives. As the story of Ian and Gemma's tragic encounter with a shark fades into memory, it serves as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of treasuring every moment with loved ones. A scuba diver and underwater filmmaker named Henry Bourse lived in Hawthorne, East Australia. Henry was born in Rotterdam and emigrated to Australia as a teenager in 1954. While Henry loved marine life, he was also extremely fond of music. He was a skilled saxophonist and even created a band, occupying the role of the band leader in the Henry Bourse All-Stars. Although Henry loved music, his real passion was capturing stunning footage of marine life. He had become known in his neighborhood as an experienced diver who would capture breathtaking underwater photographs. One fateful day, at the age of 29, he set out to the sea with a group of friends, accompanied by experienced divers, to document life under the ocean. Henry and his friends planned to film seals and indulge in some spearfishing. Their destination was Lady Julia Percy Island, a remote volcanic island located 22 kilometers from Port Fairy. The island is known for its rugged beauty, dramatic cliffs, and diverse wildlife. It provides a sanctuary for various bird species, including the vulnerable Cape Barren goose and the short-tailed shearwater. The surrounding waters are home to a thriving marine environment, attracting seals, dolphins, and various fish species. Lady Julia Percy Island is particularly renowned for its population of seals. These charismatic creatures find refuge on the island's rocky shores and create breeding colonies, making it an ideal location for wildlife enthusiasts, researchers, and photographers. However, the area is also known for attracting sharks during the breeding season, which poses risks to the seals and those exploring the waters. While Henry and the people on board were on their way to the island, they shared the legendary tale associated with it. The island was infamous for a legendary great white shark known as Big Ben. The locals spoke of terrifying encounters with this colossal creature, with some even bearing scars as evidence. Although Henry and everyone on board knew the risks involved in visiting the island, they brushed off the concerns and remained hopeful that they wouldn't encounter anything dangerous. Once they arrived, they prepared everything they needed, and around 12:45 p.m., they entered the water, eager to capture the underwater world on film. Henry was fascinated by the abundant marine wildlife he witnessed, including all fish of different sizes and colors. Among the marine life, one particular creature caught Henry's eye, the bull seal. Bull seals, also known as male seals or bull sea lions, are adult male individuals of various seal species, including the Australian fur seal, found on Lady Julia Percy Island. These impressive creatures play a crucial role in the social dynamics and reproductive behavior of seal colonies. Bull seals are typically larger and heavier than female seals and juveniles, possessing a muscular build, a thick neck, and a prominent, elongated snout. They exhibit sexual dimorphism, meaning there are visible differences between males and females. Their size and physical attributes help them establish dominance and compete for access to females during the breeding season. While Henry and his friends were interacting with the seals, Henry didn't notice something swimming from below the water straight toward him. In the span of a second, he felt an intense force collide with him. Confused and overwhelmed, Henry suddenly realized the immense pain coming from his legs. When he looked down, he screamed as loud as he could for help. The people on board the ship were initially confused and didn't know why Henry screamed, until they turned around and witnessed the unfolding tragedy. As they approached, they saw Henry floating, screaming, and his left leg floating nearby, detached from his body. The water that was once a calm blue had turned into a dark red color due to the severity of his injuries. While Henry was distracted by the seals, a shark managed to creep up on him, biting his leg off. The people in the water hurriedly helped Henry stay afloat, attempting to avoid another shark attack. Henry, now afloat, was seen by everyone as blood spurted from his missing leg. His face was drained of color, due to the substantial blood loss. With hands reaching down to grab Henry and pull him onto the boat, the worst occurred. Despite their efforts to save Henry, the relentless shark returned multiple times, specifically targeting him. Even when the two other divers jumped back into the water, armed with spears, and Henry's girlfriend Jill Radcliffe joined the divers, the shark continued its assault. It was reported that Henry lost half the blood in his body during the ordeal. Miraculously, Henry Bourse survived the horrific attack. Although he lost his left leg, he made a full recovery. Surprisingly, Henry didn't let the shark attack ruin his passion for the underwater world. Henry Bourse returned to the water only a few weeks later. In subsequent interviews, Henry expressed a remarkable perspective, refusing to blame the shark for its natural behavior. He considered himself fortunate to have survived and viewed the loss of his leg as a small price to pay. Driven by his passion for filmmaking, Henry went on to create a documentary titled Savage Shadows, recounting the horrifying incident. While some sources claim that actual footage of the shark attack was included in the documentary, there is some debate surrounding this claim. Regardless, Henry reconstructed parts of the incident, using animal blood to simulate the effect of his leg being bitten off. The resulting film was said to be both horrifying and gut-wrenching, leaving audiences with a profound sense of the danger lurking beneath the ocean's surface. Through Henry's horrifying experience, we have witnessed the fragility of human life and the indomitable spirit that can emerge in the face of danger. Henry's unwavering determination to overcome his injuries and return to the water showcases the resilience of the human spirit and the deep connection we hold with the natural world. To be pinned in the comment section, let us know the timestamp of the hidden logo in the video. To be pinned in the comment section, let us know the timestamp of the hidden logo in the video. If you found yourself enjoying the video, we kindly ask you to like, subscribe, and hit the post notification bell to stay updated on our channel's latest content. Thank you for watching. Until next time. This is Wildlife Whispers.